Oh, g'day gang. There's a couple of horns I bought a few years ago actually. They're in the Pulsar at the minute. I asked the guy if they worked. He said of course they work, and of course they don't. So it's a Saturday morning, and I thought what I'll do is I'll go down to work. I'm not working this weekend, but I'll go down to work and I'll whack them through the sandblaster, and then we'll bring them back home and we'll open them up. But here we are at work. They painted the outside of the building. They're going to put some signage up. It should be pretty nice when they've all done that. So here's our old blaster. Put a bit of radiator here. Just catches the crap as you open the door up. A bit of a nice breeze going on. We've had this one for a billion years, mate. So much so, looking through the glasses is going to be a hassle. Here, look. You can't see in. You can't see out almost. Anyway, I'm going to get on with it. With the help of my light, and if I pick the right place, I can just see what I'm looking for. Anyway, let's not whinge about that. And we got them done. Back home. So I'm on my way home. I just thought I'd mention this. A lot of people from overseas, when I say overseas, not in Australia or not from Australia, think we have kangaroos bouncing all around the streets. Well, we kind of do and we kind of don't. But where I live, at the moment I'm about 5 kilometres from home. 2 kilometres from work, so I don't live far away. But you have a look at the sign up on this post here, and you'll see that warning for kangaroos. Now, they do come out of these paddocks over here. This is the old ADI, which is the Australian Defence Industry. That's where they used to make all the bullets and bombs and things for back in the Second World War. But anyway, we're going to go up here a bit further and I'll just show you what happens when the kangas get on the road. Anyway, so as I was saying, this is what happens right there. I think you'll see it as we go past. Yeah, Skippy didn't make it, unfortunately. Not quite a mess, but certainly, or certainly not the messiest, but quite a mess. I'm going to have to use the old bits of board on the old this thing. So these are Aussie. Oh. 12 volt. Made in Australia. I have that marking there, as you can see. I'm going to use this bracket. I had intended, now this springy deal won't come off here. I've attempted to get, well that's 5/8, so I can unscrew that, but this won't come off. I had intended on drilling through here and mounting that straight onto that and then that onto the car. What's it about? Oh well, hang on, I'll show you what it's about. We've got a car, it looks like this, old school looking. Listen to this. Just doesn't quite, does it? You know what I mean? Just doesn't quite. So I've got these are for 1967 Holden, and of course they will get painted, but I'm going to pull them apart. I'm going to open them up and we'll have a look at the inside of them. I have been in there before, by the way. These I purchased about 4 years ago at a Holden swap meet, and I asked the guy, did they work? He said yes. I said, how much do you want? He said, I'll give me $50 for the pair of them. I went, oh, are you sure they work? He went, yeah, of course they work. Well, you know they didn't. And they're still pretty crusty inside, but I did open them up and have a look in, and I did get them to make a noise at some point, but now I'm going to clean them up properly and we'll get them on the car, I think. Yeah, so we've got them all, the little screws out of there. Let's have a look inside. I did tell you she was a bit crusty in there. Rusty in there. I'll clean that up the best I can. An electromagnet, some points. Oh, you can't see that. Where do we go in? Under the light. Some points there. And obviously what happens is you energise this, it pulls this in, boom. When it pulls in, it does what? Must break the circuit, or does it? I thought one of these broke the circuit. Anyway, I'm going to blow that out and see if I can get that cleaned up a little bit. Don't see any gasket left there, or there might be a little bit of sand from the sandblaster. That's no big deal. Check that out of there. Okay. Alright, clean that one up and then we'll open the other fella up. So, excuse me. All I did was give those little points in there a little brush up. We'll see what happens out here. We brought her out to the back of the Chevy. We'll hook a couple of wires up. Let's see if it bips. Already that sounds great, doesn't it? Okay, so we're happy with that fella. Now we'll go on to the next one. That should be even a deeper tone. Bring you back when I got this fella unbolted and opened up. I think it's the same deal inside. Yeah, same story with these fellas. Yeah, exactly the same. So I'll give those points a brush up. There's just you know, I showed you those points in there. They're down in there. Give them a brush up. Knock what bits of crap off here I can. This one doesn't look so bad really. Get the bits of sand out, or media out. Give it all a blow off. Plug it in. See if she makes a racket. Let's see what we get with this one. She needs a little bit more fettling. What do you think, boys? Best go and give that another brush up on them points. We'll give him another shot. Yeah, buddy. Want to hear them both together? What do you reckon? Hang on, I'll get a jumper. That'll work. There's a jumper. Sorry for this, not prepared. So I'll just untangulate this lot. Okay. That fella on there. No, that's not going to work, is it? Oh yeah, it will. It will if I just be clever. Over here, we'll just sort of, that's touching kinda. You ready? That fella should be working, shouldn't he? That'll let people know I'm coming. Let's go back to the noise that comes out of the car. Nah. Alright. So now I just have to mount this onto this bracket, or straighten this bracket up, mount this onto this. And it needs paint, of course. Yeah, we'll be looking at the right bit there, sorry guys. I've just got to drill through this, and that's spring, so that could be fun. Maybe I'll just weld it on, straighten this bracket up a little more and tidy it up, make it where it's going to go. I'll show you where it actually is going to go here. We're all covered in junk. It's in the garage, so that's where the horn is. And that's where they're going to mount up in there. Oh, anyway, that's the story about that. Well, I had to get old Uncle Buzzy out. I tried to drill through that spring stuff, mate, but that just wasn't going to happen. So old Buzzy done the job. And it looks a bit ordinary over here, but once I get into it with the grinder, she'll be sweet. And then mask up some bits and pieces, put some paint all round this end off, put a hole through that, and yeah, clean it up, mask it up, and put some paint on him. I think that'll just about cover us. That's about where I'm at right now. I'm just going to put a little bit of etch on it, give it a clean off. So I'm going to put some etch on it, and then let that dry and just blow some gloss on. Then I'll show you how I've got to make a bracket for it after that, but I'll show you where it's going to go. I'll let them dry for a little bit. Let's go and grab a beer or something. Maybe I'll have some lunch and a beer. I reckon that's a good idea. I hate watching paint dry and waiting for it to dry. Chicken, lettuce, cucumber and mayonnaise and a chook arm. What are you having today? Oh, and a beer. Oh, well, that's enough of that. Love cold chicken wings. Alright, now we'll just go out the back. The paint's been sitting here in the sun. We're quite warm today, actually. Let's have a look. There you go, 31 degrees. Yep, that's what we've got. Nice and warm. Anyway, enough of that. I'll put this away and put some shiny black on that. Alright, now we'll just wait for the sun to do its thing. And there. She should be alright. Well, it's been some time later. I'd reckon they'd be, I'm talking probably a couple of hours, few hours, maybe a couple of hours. No, that's all dry. I just, I found a best way to get over the fact that you just can't wait for paint to dry. I've just spent, I don't know, a couple of hours watching a character named Electro Boom. If you want to get yourself a laugh, you go and have a look at that. Anyway, I'm going to show you where this is going to go. Okay, so essentially this is what's going to happen. I'm going to build a bracket off the top. I'm going to build a bracket off this that's going to have a couple of bits of angle under here, and that piece there will mount into it, and the horns will sit there. And the root, all right, okay, you get what's going on. The horns will sit there, and the reason I want to make a bracket from there is because every time I need to do anything on this vehicle, I need to go down through there. So this has got to come off, which means that this has got to come off, and then a lot of times if I have to do something down in here, I've got to actually jack the vehicle up, pull the wheel off it, and get in through a little hole. You probably won't be able to see it, but the alternator gets up. Some of the alternator is through the actual. No, you can't see it through there. Sorry for wasting your time with that, but yeah. If you've watched before, you've seen that I have to perform certain tasks, so I have to take some bits and pieces off. But anyway, so that's the plan. I had thought about putting it down in the front here, inside the grille. This panel removes, but there's a like a strengthening plate that goes down either side, because this is the first year with Chevys that they made a two-piece grille. So if you got this piece damaged, you could replace just this piece. And so yeah, 1938, first year for the two-piece grille, in case you didn't know. So that's what's going to go on with that. And yeah, when I get a couple of bits of metal, I'll show you it up there. I won't show me making the bracket and what have you, but yep. And then we'll have a listen. And I think it'll suit the car a little bit more. Have yourselves a goodie. Check you later.